CSU student who locked himself to a bulldozer to protest a controversial oil and gas site in Greeley is telling his story for the first time. Police arrested Cullen Loeb in March, but his troubles didn't end there. Extraction Oil and Gas sued him over the protest, forcing him to fight both civil and criminal charges. Only Denver 7's Jennifer Kovaleski was inside the courtroom today as the two sides reached an agreement.
The civil lawsuit was dropped after Loeb agreed to never again go on Extraction's property.
Kids come up to you and tell you that they're scared for their lives. My heart was telling me, you have to do something.
This CSU senior did something drastic.
And every other method wasn't necessarily working.
The photos and video were all streamed live on Facebook.
Children are right over here. I was out there strictly just to protect the children at Bella Romero.
Strapped with a PVC pipe around his arm, 23-year-old Cullen Loeb locked himself to this bulldozer back in March.
Anything to stop this project.
To protest Extraction's controversial drilling site right next to Bella Romero Elementary in Greeley. These drone aerials show you just how close the rig is to where kids play.
I expected some sort of consequence.
Police arrested Loeb and charged him with trespassing, what he didn't expect.
I did not think in a million years that I'd be sued.
Incredibly unusual move that I hope doesn't become the standard for the multi-billion-dollar oil and gas industry.
In a statement, Extraction said, "We are pleased that the court entered a stipulated permanent injunction," and says it recently announced plans to conduct 80% of all drilling and completion operations outside of school hours.
And what they wanted in that process was to have the activists turn over all of their cell phone records. In other words, it's back to naming names.
Loeb's attorney says they didn't give the phone records, but they did agree to permanently stay off Extraction's property.
The longer we were in court, the more of a platform this was going to be.
Loeb believes they wanted to scare him and other protesters into silence.
It's not working at all. I think, them doing this just fires more people up. I don't regret anything at all.
What Extraction Oil and Gas is doing out here isn't against the rules. State law says that new wells must be 1,000 feet from a school building. This is. But what the law doesn't take into account is how close playgrounds or soccer fields are to these wells. In Greeley, I'm Jennifer Kovaleski for Denver 7.